Time now for your 2019 predictions for Grand Theft Auto Online. And a few days ago, I gave you the opportunity via YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and our Discord to submit your prediction for what you would like to see in Grand Theft Auto Online, or what you think's coming to Grand Theft Auto Online, or hoping or dreaming for Grand Theft Auto Online in the year 2019. By the way, if you did not get a chance to submit a prediction, feel free and leave it below in the comment section. And let me know which one of these predictions would you like to see the most come out this year, in the year 2019. Damn, the teens are almost gone. First off, let's start with a positive, uplifting prediction from Novik3. My prediction is they cater to griefers and people with modded money, i.e. everything is insanely expensive and overpowered, or it'll be something ridiculous like Deluxo Racing. Sorry, but it won't be very good. It doesn't get more optimistic than that. Continuing with your predictions for Grand Theft Auto Online in 2019, several of you had the same theme idea, at least it was in a similar ballpark, so I grouped you all together. I hope you all play nice. First group is for the casino. RR Gaming, MWork82, they both want casino, and a lot of people over the years have been wanting the casino to finally open in Grand Theft Auto Online, myself included. I love playing me some poker. Hopefully we'll be able to do that in Red Dead Online eventually, right, Rockstar? But the big difference between Red Dead Online and Grand Theft Auto Online is that while Red Dead Online currently has a dual system in it, like in-game cash as well as gold, Grand Theft Auto Online only has one currency, and you can either gain more money by grinding and doing missions and heists in Grand Theft Auto Online, or you gain more money by purchasing shark cards, which kind of sort of makes gambling in Grand Theft Auto Online a no-go. It would be awesome if it finally did open up and Rockstar found a way around those pesky little legal issues regarding illegal gambling in the internets, but alas, I think going on 5 years now, I think that the casino, unfortunately, is going to remain closed in Grand Theft Auto Online. But it is definitely a prediction I would not mind seeing come to pass. The next prediction is another one that a lot of you have been wanting. Cops. Well, cops and crooks, cops and robbers, same thing basically. VGK Prime and Tank Engine Jr. both want some sort of cop-type DLC. And yes, we obviously have a lot of criminals or anti-heroes in Grand Theft Auto Online. But there's a contingent of fans that have been wanting some sort of cop-themed DLC for quite a while now. The ability to purchase the various police cars in Grand Theft Auto Online, as well as previous GTAs, upgrade them, fix them up, do police-themed missions. It's definitely an interesting idea. It's a take that you wouldn't expect from a Grand Theft Auto game, mainly because you're supposed to be the criminal. But at the same time, there's a lot of very interesting, unusual updates that have been added to Grand Theft Auto Online over the past 5 years, catering to most of the communities out there. So why not a DLC for those that would like to put on the badge and a uniform and be the quote-unquote good guy, or at the very least be a dirty cop, or somewhere in that gray area, where they commit some crime, but then they stop the really bad crime. Now on the other side of the law, you have the old school, old crime families, wanting their slice of the pie, their cut, their take. And originally I was going to put the casino crowd in with these guys because used to be, once upon a time, the casinos were ran by these wise guys. The Mafia. Yep, we have the Mafia contingent prediction coming to Grand Theft Auto Online, courtesy of Godfather Underboss, Kane, Sedan, 57 Chevy. First off, with Godfather, Mafia-related, bring back the criminal aspect instead of save the world like your superhero. Keep in mind that we avatars are people who hold people up and not act like wannabe Power Rangers. Kane, a Mafia DLC. He made a video over on his channel in more detail about what he would like to see in the DLC, but he'd like to see the classic mobster businesses, classic cars from the 1930s to 60s, classic mob weapons, a new radio station that plays music from the 1930s and 1960s, or somewhere in that ballpark, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. And then Sedan, of course, also a big mafioso fan. He'd like a Mafia-themed DLC set either at Liberty City or Las Venturas location. So he also kind of wants an expansion. But let's just say for the time being that they don't do an expansion. We'll get to that in a little bit. And it's still going to be in the same map, Los Santos, San Andreas, with a lot of cool luxury cars at the very least, a snobby revolver, a 1911, perhaps a BAR. That would be kind of cool because we technically already have the Tommy gun and the GeauxBurns sweeper, some new suits, and other mob-themed clothing. And he also wants Roman's taxi. Why? Because he's been wanting Roman's taxi from Grand Theft Auto 4 for quite a while now. It has nothing to do with the Mafia, but we'll just throw it in there anyways. However, what Sedan is expecting is more weaponized vehicles that cost lots and lots and lots and lots of money. Got to keep them shark cards going, right? So unfortunately, we're probably going to see more weaponized vehicles. But we can all dream, right, of a simpler time when it was about honor and respect and, you know, currying favors and, you know, becoming a made man or a made woman. And a St. Valentine's Massacre. Yes, I know there was a St. Valentine's Massacre, and it was a Mafia-themed DLC. Because like I mentioned, it had the GeauxBurns sweeper, a.k.a. the Tommy gun, some 1930s themed clothing, along with the Roosevelt. But we could always have more of that stuff, right? Capiche? The next prediction takes us to the high seas. And this is a rumor that's been circulating a while now, regarding a future DLC that's probably in the works. So this may actually happen. Unfortunately, the other ones probably won't, but this one could very well become a reality. Possibly by the end of 2019. A Navy DLC. Eldavo, Cormac, along with Fat Chinese Gaming, and Snake, they all want a Navy DLC. Fat Chinese Gaming says a Navy DLC with the chance of owning an aircraft carrier, possibly costing at least $10 million. Snake would love businesses that involve smuggling boats and submarines and subpins hidden along the coastline. He also wants an aircraft carrier, similar to the aircraft carrier that was featured in one of the heist missions that came out a few years ago. Now, I don't know if we're ever going to be able to actually own an aircraft carrier, but I've always liked the idea of them taking that aircraft carrier and making it a permanent fixture in the map of Grand Theft Auto Online. Its own separate military entity with laser jets and Hydra sitting on board. You get near it, you're going to be attacked by the Navy. Maybe there's like patrol ships around it with the dinghies. It would just be another place to go to cause trouble in the map. But following the DLCs in 2017, they gave us the ability to own a bunker along with a hangar at the military base, as well as facilities. Yeah, owning an aircraft carrier seems very plausible indeed, but what about the yachts? Oh, that's right. No one really cares about the yachts anymore. The next prediction, in my opinion, could very well happen. Well, something along the lines of the theme of the prediction. Some of this may come to pass. Some of this, unfortunately, probably won't. But the past few years, we have seen Rockstar continue to cater to this community in Grand Theft Auto Online. I'm of course talking about the racing community because that makes up a huge chunk of the community, and a lot of people still enjoy racing, whether it's the land races, stunt races, some of the other wild, crazy races that are not as popular, but there definitely is obviously a racing community alive and well in Grand Theft Auto Online. And I went ahead and I put all your predictions together into the same category. Starting things off with Sun, Street Racing DLC, Archangel, IndyCar DLC, Red, a Vanilla Works DLC, some of the lore-friendly fan-made cars like the Modena Typhoon, Progen T20 GTR, the Benefactor Shafter GTR, PC mods. PC mods are going to be kind of tricky. I mean, I'm sure they could do a variation of some of these quote-unquote like 5M vehicles, but I don't think Rockstar devs are going to, completely rip off, copy those fan-made vehicles that we see in mods for, PC for Grand Theft Auto 5 as well as 5M. Dr. Cheats wants Fast and Furious style type DLC, supercars, sports cars, NOS for cars. Gooey also wants a street racing DLC. Night Fox wants to see either Indy or F1 cars, some sort of like cops and robbers having cop cars, personal vehicles. That kind of goes over into the cops prediction, so it's kind of half cops, half racing for Night Fox. And of course, we had to mention the Mark II Oppressor, aka the broomstick, right? And finally, River says, I would like something to do with lifted trucks, off-roading, or maybe some street racing between muscle cars. So yeah, I think that it's pretty obvious from those predictions that racing, after 5 years in Grand Theft Auto Online, is still kind of, sort of a thing. So hopefully Rockstar's listening to the community, and maybe if there is a 2018 racing-themed DLC, I think there will be, because the past few years there has been one, and it usually revolves around early spring, like last year in 2018. Hard to believe we're saying last year, 2018, the same sentence. We got the Southern San Andreas Super Sports Series. The year before that, we got some special vehicle circuit racing. And the year before that, I think it was, what, Lowriders, I think? Or I could be wrong. Anyways, there's been so many DLCs. But there's been a lot of racing-themed DLCs as well. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see a new racing DLC in 2019. Hopefully it's better than the Southern San Andreas Super Sport Series. Now these two predictions from Riley and Epix I am lumping together into a Smuggler's Run Part 2-esque prediction. First off, with Riley, I would love a Smuggler's Run Part 2, not just for the business aspect of it. She just wants some more aircraft. What a surprise. And no Oppressor Mark III this year. I think the broomstick's enough. We don't need a Mark III. Epix is along the same line because he wants more businesses that require you to be active and go out to get the product. He's just not a fan of passive businesses, which is why I lumped him in to Smuggler's Run, because Smuggler's Run is active. You actually have to go out there and pick up the cargo, the crates, similar to the warehouses or the vehicle warehouses. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that Epix would probably want something kind of like Smuggler's Run Part 2. Maybe not the hangars, but something else you could go out and fetch quest. Maybe like what they were talking about back in the Navy DLC, like, you know, doing like some smuggling with boats and submarines. That could be a cool idea. So hopefully we get more stuff to actually do and not just passive business. I know a lot of you like to AFK and do passive business. That's fine, but I think there needs to be a balance. So I don't know what they're going to do in that regard, but hopefully it won't be more of the same, and that's what I kind of sort of fear. Yeah. Black Sparrow's prediction is a little different than what everyone else had in mind, so that's why Black Sparrow is by herself. Hollywood DLC, well, in this case, it would be a Vinewood DLC, since it's Vinewood in Grand Theft Auto. Now that they're apparently a famous reality star. Wow, can I have an autograph? Let's see, you want to branch out and start acting, perhaps even become a politician one day. I think that was a joke because of Arena War. Because Arena War, you know, is basically the quote-unquote reality DLC, because everyone's now a reality star, apparently. But yeah, I get the joke, Black Sparrow. That's a good one. So I don't know how they would tackle a Vinewood type DLC, because we've had a lot of that already, basically. I mean, we have to cater around and pick up VIPs for the nightclubs. A lot of them are celebrities that we know from Vinewood lore and Grand Theft Auto. Maybe the mansions could be a thing. I know a lot of people have been wanting a mansion update. I'm surprised that wasn't one of the predictions, but maybe people have finally given up on the idea of ever owning mansions. One final prediction. I'm saving it for me. That's right, me. I had a prediction. It's something I've been wanting a while now. A map expansion to Grand Theft Auto Online, specifically Liberty City. Now, I realize that map expansions were mentioned earlier by Sedan, and I think that this would definitely add some life to Grand Theft Auto Online. There's been rumors that Rockstar has actually worked on an HD version or an updated version of the Liberty City map for Grand Theft Auto 4. There's been some images that leaked. There was rumors that they were actually going to put out like paid expansion DLCs that we were going to be able to buy, and we were going to be able to like travel back and forth from Los Santos to Liberty City, probably via the airport. And I don't know if we'd be able to actually purchase the expansion in game with the money that we've made. That'd be cool if we could, even if it was like $10 million. But at the same time, I don't know how that's going to really work. It would be awesome if we did have some sort of expansion like North Yankton or Liberty City. Those are the two most realistic ones, because you look at the lifespan of online games, a lot of them survive because of the fact they add new locations, new maps. World of Warcraft, for example, they add a lot of new content, but they've also added new locations for their fan base to venture off to. And I think that's one of the big issues right now regarding Grand Theft Auto Online. We have so many DLCs, so much content that's catered to almost every single community imaginable, from racers to flyers to griefers to almost everybody, like the bikers, for example, lowriders. Now, it's hard to find another direction for Rockstar to take Grand Theft Auto Online. It does feel like that they're kind of sort of scratching at the bottom of the barrel. Now, the naval DLC makes sense because a huge chunk of the map is in the water, the ocean, as well as the Alamo Sea in the middle of the map near Sandy Shores and Grapeseed. So it would make sense for Rockstar to utilize the water in Grand Theft Auto Online and make that another place that people could go do stuff for, like several of you mentioned, smuggler missions with submarines and boats and naval complex, as well as perhaps even owning your very own aircraft carrier, our secret evil submersive base. I don't know. Maybe they'll throw Megalodons into that naval DLC as well. But the point is, they're kind of sort of running out of ideas. What, 30 plus DLCs into the lifespan of Grand Theft Auto Online? Logically, the best route to go now is to simply give us a brand new location with new properties, a new place to go, not just to explore and adventure and goof off with our friends, but to also create new races and new death matches, new LTSs with the creator. So it'd be really awesome to see some new races in Liberty City, or, you know, a updated version of Liberty City expansion map, or North Yankton for Grand Theft Auto Online. Thank you so much to everybody that submitted predictions via Discord as well as the YouTube community tab. Once again, let me know below in the comment section, which of these predictions did you like the most? What would you like to see in Grand Theft Auto Online? Feel free to chime in below with your 2019 Grand Theft Auto Online predictions.